Hello students, this is a continuous series of adjusting entries that we made at the end of the year, and I have already taken two lectures on this topic, and I hope that you have already covered those topics because uh, this lecture is in continuation. So unless and until you have gone through the previous two lectures, this lecture will be quite adept to understand that how we are discussing various topics. So the first concept that I am discussing today is related to Anand. Anand, which is also taken as you have received amount in advance and not rendered services. So if you carefully check this language itself is showing that you are receiving amount in advance from your client, from your customers, and you did not provide your services. So you can think that what nature of account we should use for this one. Yes, you are right. It should be taken as liability. And sometime it is possible that we already have received amount and put it as uh, income. But right now I am giving you a simple transaction for this one. Just assume that this amount is given. The amount is 2,500 as commission earned, and it is coming on the credit side. So again check. If question is telling you that there are certain commission or there are certain rent or there is certain income which is unearned. So unearned means you received amount in advance and not rendered services. So this amount should be taken as liability, and of course it should appear on the credit side. Now student, it is possible that in adjustment question is telling you that firm earned $400 from unearned commission. It means that firm is informing you that whatever advances you have received from your customers or from your client, some amount has been earned. It means that now if you are telling me that at the end of the year, firm advances from clients are 2,500, so this is not presenting a right information. From this amount, which is right now is 2,500, firm at the end of the year is telling you that this much amount, that is 400, has been earned. It means that if we prepare a new trial balance or we provide a correct information about this business, then this amount rather than 2,500, think what information should appear on the new trial balance which we prepare after this trial balance. Yes, you are right. The amount should not be 2,500, it should be 2,100. I'm not going in detail right now because that is not the core objective of this lecture. The objective of this lecture is to tell you that how we prepare uh, entry uh, that we call adjusting entry at the end of the year. So student, in this situation, when your question is giving you information like this, that this amount is still unearned, this amount is earned by the firm from the unearned commission that is given in the question. So what you will do, you will reduce commission earned, you will put it on the debit side, and you will credit commission income, or you can call it commission revenue, doesn't make any difference. This is the entry that you will prepare at the time of adjustment. So again check, if adjustment is telling you that firm earned this much, You go to the trial balance and you see that commission earned is already recorded by some amount which should be higher than this one. Then student, you have to reduce this earned, and you have to claim that I have earned 400 from this amount. So the adjusting entry will be commission unearned debit and commission income credited by the amount which you earn. Another condition which is related to prepaid, and which I am giving you a revision over here, that sometime it is possible that your question is giving you information like this, that firm paid rent for 2 years and recorded as prepaid. Now this is the information which is given by the company. Question is saying that the firm paid rent for 2 years and recorded as prepaid. To understand this concept, I will go back to the trial balance and see that how prepaid rent is recorded. Now check this entry. Prepaid rent is 6,000 and adjustment data is telling you that firm paid this rent for 2 years. So student, if I paid any amount for 2 years, it doesn't mean that in this year I used whole amount. This amount should be split into two parts. Half should be used in this year and half should be used in the next year. But student, carefully listen. If I do not make any adjustment in this amount, then my trial balance is telling me that I still have advance rent of 6,000. While practically I know that since I am using it from the 1 year, so I have already consumed it by 3,000. It means that now this information is not correct. It needs adjustment. So what adjusting entry should be passed at the end of the year? The adjusting entry that you will pass at the end of the year will be rent expense debit and prepaid rent credit. Think by how much amount? Yes, it is easy, no problem. Just see, you paid 6,000 for 2 years. So I am dividing it by 2. So the amount is 3,000. So I will debit 3,000. I will credit 3,000. And the entry will be like this. This is the entry that we will pass at the end of the year. So student, up to here, I discussed and I explained all basic adjusting entries that are required to prepare at basic level. In the coming lectures, I will take a complete question in which I will take a complete trial balance. I will demonstrate various adjusting entries in one go, but I would suggest that if you complete all these three lecture series that I have done so far, before attempting that question or before understanding that lecture, it will be much helpful for you. So give me your feedback. So in this lecture, student, the first topic that I covered is related to unearned. Unearned is telling us the amount you received in advance, and now some portion you have earned, so how you will pass entry. And second, I give you one revision of prepaid, that if you take advances, then if you consume some portion of that amount, then how you understand it, how you take help from the trial balance, and what type of entry is possible. So thank you very much for attending this lecture, and I hope that you'll give me your comments. Have a good time. Thank you.